Hey guys, before I start the video, let me say a few things about the game without giving too much of a spoiler. Do I recommend this game? Yeah, despite all the problems I've had with it, it was a really fun time. If you're a Pokemon fan, you probably already have it, but if not, or if you're new to Pokemon, this is still a good entry. I would say between this and Sword and Shield, the last versions on Switch, Scarlet and Violet is the better one to start with, I think. Although, there are problems, don't get me wrong. Like several frame rate issues and severe reported bugs that I didn't personally witness. The worst part was my character model and facial expression freezing, and I constantly had either a I don't care attitude or just being upset about stuff. And stuff in the distance disappearing, frame rate issues, and also my game crashing a few times. But that didn't ruin my experience, but yeah, the game shouldn't have came out like this. I played Scarlet, which I heard is the less buggy one. My brother had Violet, and he reportedly had more bugs that I didn't see. I don't know how true that is if Violet has more bugs than Scarlet, but there you go. Character customization isn't the best. I really hate how you can't change out your shirt or pants, except for like 4 sets of uniforms that you can't mix or match with. Yeah, I get it with the school setting and all, but come on, outside of the school I should be able to wear what I want. Multiplayer is better this time around too, meaning I can actually play alongside others, something I wanted since the first Pokemon game. I played through this game with my brother, as you can see here. This is great. But they could have made this so much better. Let me go into buildings with my friends. I mean, let me actually watch them have their Pokemon battles. They could have made this so much better. But to be fair, this is the first time that they did something like this, I think. So for a first attempt, the multiplayer is good. So yes, I do recommend this game, despite all the minor problems I had with it. But you should be made well aware about the bugs and problems this game has before you purchase it. But I don't think it ruins it, really. But let me know what you think about the game in the comments. From here on out, I'm going to be talking about this game, so we're going to be entering spoiler territory. Let this be your official spoiler warning. If you haven't played this game yet and you want to, please just pause the video, go play the game, and then come back to this video. If you've already played it or don't care about spoilers, well, let's get on with the review. Oh hey guys, you caught me in the middle of making my next video. It's going to be about a game that's been released in the 90s from a Nintendo system, and that franchise is still making games today. That's right! These are my top 10 reasons why I don't think Ocarina of Time is the best Zelda game. Number 1, the NPCs aren't really the best, and What the hell? Oh shit, Pokemon Scarlet came out already? Well, can't let this get away from me. Wally, go! Alright, I got Pokemon Scarlet.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet review.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is the newest entry in the Pokemon franchise. For those that have seen my Legends Arceus review, knows 2 things. 9 months ago, my video and audio quality was terrible and has definitely improved since then, and I've been playing Pokemon all of my life. Again, I've only really missed out on Black and White 2 and Sun and Moon. I also really liked Legends Arceus when it came out. Last January. And despite me liking Legends Arceus and thinking that it's a good game, I do agree that they could have waited a little bit before releasing it. Now, I haven't beaten this game yet at the time of recording. This is taking a little bit longer than I planned, but I wasn't going to spoil the endgame stuff anyway, and I think I've played enough that I can do a review of it. Maybe when I actually finish this game, I'll do a follow-up review if the demand's high enough, but I think my opinion's going to be the same. For context, I've done almost all of the main quest lines except for like the endgame parts, but again, I think I've done enough of it that I can talk about it. So, first things first, we have to choose what skin color we want our character to have. I know the hair color is also different, but you can change that later. What is new in this game is that you can now change your facial features as well. I like this. I think you could have done this a long while ago, but hey, at least it's here now. When I play Pokemon games, I usually play as the boy because, well, I am one, but at least I can make him look as close to me as possible. And there you go. You could have given us a lot more options, honestly. I don't even think you get more hairstyles later in the game either. The game starts with showing us our school, the Orangia Academy. In Violet, it's the Uva Academy, which is already so much easier to say. Here, we learn stuff about Pokemon that I already know, because I played Pokemon since I was 3, and I'm now 27. This is honestly just a glorified commercial for the school. The game then shows me reading a book and wearing ridiculous looking shorts. Yeah, I know they're comfy and easy to wear, but I've never wore shorts in real life, and already I have a nitpick problem. Why is the Switch, which I assume is the Switch OLED, just plain white? In Sword and Shield, your Switch matched the colors of your Joy-Cons. What the hell? And now I'm just walking around this big house exploring and... Mom, there's a squirrel in the house again, get the shotgun. Someone rings the doorbell and this fucker just lets himself in. Do forgive the intrusion. I actually think he just let himself in because I decided to take as long as possible to get to the door. This is Clavel, the Academy Director, who came here to give me my school papers and to give me a starter Pokemon. After I put on the dumbest outfit I could find, I mean seriously, does my guy just want to get his ass kicked? Ah, look at that. That's the look of a kid whose mom forced him to wear this. The professor actually lets us walk around with the 3 stars before we choose them, so that we can grow attached to them and immediately get our heart broken when you have to choose only one of them. It was also here that I found out how to take pictures with the Rotom phone. Look at this, the gang's all here. And change my outfits. You only get to choose 4 different uniforms that make most of your outfit. Because of this, you can't change your shirt or pants throughout the game. At least I'm pretty sure, unless there's like a late game option for you to get. But man, that's a real letdown. My first real complaint with the game, honestly. I hate it when games have less customization than the previous games in the series. Looking at you, Lego. I understand since it's a school setting and all, you have to have a school uniform, but you go out into the wilds like immediately afterwards for a school project. Shouldn't you at least have been able to change it outside of the school? I mean, in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you get to have your own uniform until you do like gym battles and then it switches you into your sports uniform. In this game, you have 3 choices, like most Pokemon games. There's Sprigatito, the grass cat Pokemon, Fuecoco, the fire alligator and best boy, and Quaxley, the water... Yeah, I'm gonna go with Fuecoco, it's no contest. I mean, just look at him, he's so cute with his big derpy happy face. I'm gonna call him Dumplin'. I love Fuecoco's design. Here we also meet this game's rival, Nemona, which, if I can say, I think she's the best rival we had in a long while. Definitely better than Hop, that fucking loser. And to be honest, I don't really remember any of our rivals between Ruby and Sapphire and Sword and Shield. The rivals have just never been that great, just obstacles to go over. At least when she challenges you, which is all the fucking time, at least she's a good sport about it. Unlike Hop, who even though his Pokemon never touched me, and I already beaten his Pokemon down in 1 move. Yeah, not joking, Sword and Shield was really easy for me. Yeah, even though I thoroughly kicked his ass, he always had this stupid grin on his face and is like, oh, so close, I almost had you. No, you fucking didn't, you little jackass. Talk about how he wants to be the next champion, yet he loses every fucking match he's in. Meanwhile, I didn't lose a single match. Yes, again, seriously. In fact, that's kind of a problem I have with most Pokemon battles. The NPCs never really have anything to say if you beat them in a certain way. Like, defeating them without getting hit. I know it's a small nitpick to have, but what I'm trying to say is, I've beaten everyone without trying, and I want them to acknowledge me. Nemona is honestly great. She's already a Pokemon champion, and whenever she fights you, she actually goes and gets Pokemon at lower levels to match what you should have, which is really, really nice. If I was a Pokemon rival and was already a champion, it would suck for them because they would have to be going up against my level 70 Charizard every time. She even chooses the Pokemon who you have the type advantage on. Although, maybe she should have focused a little bit more on her academic studies since it appears she's in the same class as me. In fact, it seems that the school has a mix of young and very old, which is weird.
I guess old kid's an alien too, huh?
How's it going?
There's also a new thing you can do in Scarlet and Violet. I think it's new. I don't 100% remember this being in Legends. But you can auto battle now. Instead of going into battle, you can just press the R button when targeting a Pokemon that's walking out in the wild. And your Pokemon will fight without you needing to be in it. And they will also automatically charge against any other wild Pokemon that's nearby after that match. Though, sometimes I found that this is a really weird mechanic, and my Pokemon did not want to either come out, or they just ran around the Pokemon and didn't do anything. It seems like a bug, but I just wanted to mention it. Although I will also mention that if your Pokemon doesn't attack, chances are that Pokemon's a shiny. So anyway, I went through the first Pokemon battle and captured a Lechonk, who were promptly named after the war hero Jack Porkins. And then I caught a Fletchling, a Robin Pokemon. I decided to catch more of them and name them all after the Robins. The first one being Dick Grayson and... Wow, Nintendo hates Batman confirmed. Continuing on, we hear a strange roar. And we do the smart thing and stay away. I mean, go towards the unknown sound, of course. Here we find this game's legendary and the mascot on the cover, Koraiden. The other version being Moraiden. And I immediately gave him the sandwich that my mother gave me a while back, giving him enough power to stand back up and lead us through a cave, which this Houndoom is overlooking at us. I'm gonna catch it. Go, Dumpling! Oh, that was a bad idea. Luckily it missed, but the Houndour and Houndooms eventually catch up with us and we have to run.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
This is also where we meet Arvin, who I did not like in the beginning. He seemed like the generic asshole trainer in every Pokemon game. Like most Nintendo games, this game also has the illusion of choice. You know, they give you several options to answer, but it doesn't matter because it always leads to the same path. For example, Arvin challenges me to a Pokemon battle. Since he was kind of an asshole, I don't like him. I said no, because I didn't want to bother with him. But doesn't matter, you have to fight him anyway. And I know, you're supposed to fight him, and the game wasn't going to let you not fight him. But if saying no wasn't going to lead to anything different from saying yes, then why have the option to begin with? Same with the Zelda games, honestly. How about a Pokemon game that lets us go down different paths, like some of the Fallout games, or the Elder Scrolls games? It would be cool if your choices could change the game in some way, wouldn't it? It's revealed that Arvin owned Koraiden because he hands you the ball right after you beat him in battle. Yet he doesn't bother explaining what Koraiden is. Lamona takes us to the Pokemon Center, which is a kiosk along with the Pokemart and the TM machine. The technical machine, huh? Yeah, we can make TMs now, which is great. But I think there's much to be desired here. After each Pokemon battle, you get items from the Pokemon, which in turn you can use to make CDs. I don't know how you can mix some fur, a tooth, and other parts together to make a compact disc. I honestly don't even know how Pokemon can learn from CDs. How exactly does that work? Do you, like, sit them down in front of a laptop and make them watch a how-to video? And this just reminds me of Pokemon Legends crafting system, which I wish they kept. I love games that have a good crafting system. The Pokemon Center is the same as every other Pokemon Center, except now Nurse Joy at the beginning keeps telling me stuff I already know. Because, again, I'm 27 and have been playing Pokemon since I was 3. She also refuses to call my Pokemon by their name. She keeps calling Dumpling Fuecoco. Call him by his name, damn it! In fact, no one in this game seems to call your Pokemon by their nickname. Why is that? So I ran around, leveling up my Pokemon, and waited till my brother completed the tutorial so we can join into a group, and already I found something I don't really like and wish they did better. When, for example, my brother is in a Pokemon battle, I can't actually watch it. Sometimes if I'm close enough, it lets me see it, and again, sometimes the game's bugged and we go invisible to each other, and yeah, there's a lot of bugs in this game. I wouldn't say they ruined the game. There's no game-breaking bugs that I know of, besides the occasional game crashing. See, here's when I accidentally challenged a level 70 Lucario with my level 45 Pokemon. Apparently it was so brutal they couldn't even show it on a Nintendo product.
They wouldn't be able to air it on the news because it'll be so brutal.
But I don't think that's a bug. It's a problem, but I don't know if that's officially a bug. But with it autosaving all the time, I barely lost any time with that. Where I saw the most problems was in the big main city. The game seemed to lag a bit when I was in there. The more NPCs that were around, the more laggy it got. The main city is also where the most stores are. Like, food stores that are right next to each other. Why? Why are there 3 stores that are exactly the same right next to each other? What is this, Starbucks? Most of these stores are like restaurants where we can buy food, which grants us meal powers. I don't know how long they last or what exactly some of these do, but there's so many stores for this. There's even a sandwich shop that lets you buy sandwiches, which is huge in this game. Again, it grants you bonuses, and you can also make the recipes when you are out in the field and set up picnics with ingredients you buy at the deli store. Yep, just go ahead and keep all those eggs and ham in your backpack without any kind of refrigeration. I'm sure that's a good idea after 12 hours. In the center of town, there's the clothing stores. Here is able to change into my final look, except for like a few items that I got later down. It really bothers me that I can't change my shirt or pants, so I'm stuck with the winter uniform because that's the only one that honestly looks decent. But hey, I got the hat that I normally wear in real life, so that's kind of cool. Besides that, there's Delibird Deliveries, a store where you can buy Pokeballs, battle items, general goods, and Rotom phone cases. One thing I really wish that they added in Pokemon games was the ability to accessorize your Pokemon. I think they could do it. I mean, think about it. Wouldn't it be cool to have a Pokemon battle where your Pokemon's wearing a top hat? Like Pikachu in a chef outfit, or your Pokemon matching the outfit you're currently wearing? Think about it, Game Freak. You could definitely do it in the next game. Oh, also Dumplin involved, and oh my god, look at his little hat! Moving on, we're met with this game's villain gang, Team Star, and man, they stopped giving a shit about the villains, didn't they? How hard is it to make a gang that's an actual threat? Team Rocket had a motherfucking illegal Pokemon trading thing going. They kidnapped Slowpoke so that they can sell their tails. Their leader was a high-rank official in politics. At least in the beginning, I think gym leaders had a lot of more power than they usually do. Then, after Team Aqua and Team Magma, which were the second gang, the gang got worse and worse, leading to these guys, a bunch of school bullies. Team Rocket, I think, was loosely based off the Yakuza, which is the Japanese mafia. We went from Michael Corleone to fucking Bulk and Skull. Don't you get it? If you join Team Star, you can shine as bright as anybody. Hey, we're Team Star, kid. We burn so bright it hurts to look at us. But you knew that, right? Ah, another ignorant little nobody. Here I am, part of Team Star, and I still get no respect. Our villain gang, everyone. They even do this stupid star thing. Like, how's anyone supposed to take you seriously? And I beat them in one hit because of course I did. This is also where we learn about terrorization with our Pokemon, and I can't believe I'm actually going to say it, but I kinda miss Mega Evolutions. Yeah, only about 46 Pokemon could do it, but you could have just expanded on that. And yeah, I thought it was a stupid gimmick when it came out, but at least the designs were good. Hell, they had designs! Here you just get a crystal thing on your Pokemon's head representing the Terra type. Even if your Pokemon is a dual type, when you Terra type, it just becomes the one type, whichever Terra type it has. So, Dumplin, for example, being a fire type, of course it would have fire. You can change it later, but the requirements are kind of ridiculous and there's not really any point. Sure, I could give my fire Pokemon the Water Terra, which enhances water attacks, and changes him into a water type, but if he can't learn water moves, then there's no point. I mean, you're really better off keeping him as a Fire Terra, because that's the majority of the moves this Fire type is probably going to use, and really, that's it? A candle, that's the design. You can't even use it in every battle. It's one battle, then you have to go to a Pokemon Center to heal and it'll recharge. I honestly don't understand why they keep adding new gimmicks that obviously aren't going to work. Thankfully, I don't think Terra types are going to come out after this game, but that also just means that something worse could show up. I do think it's cool that the Ghost Terra has the original Ghost sprites from Red and Blue though. So now we've finally entered the school, and this is my class? There are like actual children here. Are they in the advanced class? Am I in a lower class? Why is everyone here moving at 5 frames per second? Why is the table so much bigger than me? So here we learn about school life, meet some of the teachers, and Arvin again, where he asked me to help him collect some herbs, which I promptly said no because I don't like him. But like most Nintendo games, saying no is just like saying yes, but you just get more frustrated at it at the end. You also get a phone call by Jigsaw? This is Wolf, correct? I hacked your smartphone so I could talk to you. I hope you don't mind. Yeah, I do mind. Who the fuck are you? This is Cassiopeia. Is that how you pronounce it? Whatever. So Jigsaw is here to make us enlist to help them defeat the 5 Team Star bosses. And it's fairly easy to guess who Cassiopeia is and who the Secret 6 boss is going to be too. But I won't be talking that far into the story. We're also introduced to this version's professor, Sada. She's the counterpart to Toro, who is the professor in Violet. With that one being more like tech-based and part of the future, whereas this one's more primitive and past theme. It's even down to some endgame Pokemon you can get only through this version, unless you trade them. I also found out that if you do the Union Circle, you actually get both versions of Pokemon if you Union Circle with someone that has Violet, which is honestly really, really good. And trading them is how these games operated since the very first game. Now, I don't have any friends, so I don't really have anyone to trade with besides my brother, who I said was already playing this game. But there is another way. The surprise trade. How does surprise trading work is very simple. Here's how I do it. I first collect some Pokemon that you're willing to give up to a complete stranger, so like Pokemon at the beginning of the game. You then select it for the trade and just wait till someone around the world also trades. It chooses someone at random, so the Pokemon you get is also at random. Most of the time you're just going to get basic Pokemon you can easily catch, but you can always just retrade those, and sometimes you can get something really, really good. For example, when I did this in Pokemon Y, I got the legendaries and like all the starter Pokemon. Now, apparently they stopped doing legendaries, which is kind of lame. It says mythical Pokemon can't be traded in surprise trade, and I don't really know how different they are from legendaries. Anyway, so what I usually do is I throw my Pokeball up in the air, wait for it to come back with another actual Pokemon, which is usually something I don't want. So I'll just throw it back. Nah. 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 Oh God, no. Perfect. Yeah, so I got the 3 starters before I even did the second gym. So we settle into our school life before the headmaster sends us out on a treasure hunt, which just means letting us play this game. We have to find ourselves something we can call our personal treasure. I found it, it's Dumpling, I found it. But no, in this game it sends us out to do 3 quests, which was previously mentioned. Gym battles, star bases, and Arvin's stupid quest. I swear, he's never going to make me care about the stupid quest of his. First, let's do the traditional part of the Pokemon. The gym battles. So there's 8 gyms across the world, and 5 star bases, and 5 titans, which is the herb quest for Arvin. What's cool is that you can tackle any of them in any order you want, so you don't have to go do the first gym. You could go take on another gym. But you're still going to want to have to do these in a particular order, because they're still going to be stuck at a certain level and they don't adjust to yours. So for example, this gym over here is level 50, no matter what. And you still have that pesky level limit unless you have a certain number of badges. And in this one, it kind of sucks. It looks like in this game, there's only like a 5 level increase until you get to the 8th gym badge, which makes them all follow you no matter what level. Which is a huge leap forward towards the end. The 7th one letting you go up to level 55, and then the 8th one letting you go up to level 100. But my Pokemon also leveled up very quickly, and I found I couldn't really tackle the other quests until I got another badge in fear of going over that limit a few times. That is to say, if it's even a thing, because Dumpling was like 5 levels above the limit once, and he still listened to me like the good boy he is. Maybe it was because of his friendship was all the way up, I don't know, who knows. Now, what's kind of different, and I kind of like, is that before you go into the gym, you have to do a gym test. Which is a nice change of pace. I do think this is a neat idea. Which was executed horribly. Like, all of them suck. The first one being to roll an olive to the goal, and it's not even a challenge. You can't even call this a maze. And you can fight 2 trainers for shortcuts, but one of these shortcuts isn't really a shortcut, and this one is just at the end. Or this one where you're stuck being in a live stream on Twitch or something with the electric gym leader Iono. And you're gonna have to do a Where's Waldo with Director Clavel. Plus, also fight some of her fans. And you can tell that Iono's dialogue was written by a 40-year-old man who doesn't know how streamers talk. And I just love how my guy's face clearly shows how I'm actually feeling when stuff like this happens.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
I'm also certain that they gave up on the gym tests halfway through. See, here with the Ghost Gym Leader, where all you have to do is fight in a few double battles. And at the end, you have to fight the... Charlie? What? MC Sledge? Wait, is MC... His name's literally Moist Critical. Charlie, I can't believe you actually got into a Pokemon game. I wish I was in a Pokemon game. Well, it was you who sledged me all up. Anyway, that's about it. See ya. And like probably every other Pokemon game, I kinda hate or just don't care about every single gym leader. I can't even tell you like half of them I completely forgot. That's how little of an impact they left on me. The only one I could probably say I kinda liked was Iono. Every once in a while, when you beat a gym, Nimona will challenge you into a battle, and you'll also meet the Elite Four, including this little girl. What? How the hell did a child become part of the Elite Four? How is Nimona the youngest champion that they have when she's part of the Elite Four? I will destroy you and keep your soul in a jar and keep by my bed. Tee-hee. Well, enough of the gym quest for now. Let's talk about something else. Well, there's Team Star bases. This is very simple. You go to one of the 5 bases. Again, just follow the guide for the levels. Well, you'll be called by Cassiopeia to join Operation Starfall. And you're also met with Johnny Bravo? Hold on a second. Does this Operation Starfall of yours have room for one more member? Who are you? The name's Clive. Yeah, that's just Director Cavell, isn't it? I have no idea what you mean. But if anyone asks about this, remember, I'm Clive, a normal Academy student, just like you.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
Yeah, okay. Well, the star bases are very simple. You fight the first guard, and then you have to go fight with your first 3 Pokemon to do a raid battle, which is basically throw your Pokemon using the auto battle mechanic and take out 30 Pokemons within 10 minutes. The worst part about the auto battles is that if your Pokemon is at a disadvantage, you can lose quite easily. And for some reason, it never wanted to work properly with me. My Pokemon would be sent out and they wouldn't attack. And it wouldn't let me recall them for some fucking reason. But this was fun the first time. I was playing this game with like the same part and pace as my brother was, so we were fighting the same base at the same time. And we kept score like Legolas and Gimli. After defeating the 30 Pokemon, they sent out the boss, which is a proper actual Pokemon battle. First, you battle their Pokemon, and then they just send their car after you? What? Foul? I don't think that's a regulated Pokemon. Well, technically the engine is at least. They just apparently put a fucking car on top of a Pokemon. Also, I kind of want to point out that a lot of people want voice acting in Pokemon. I don't really know why. Pokemon never really had voices, and Zelda, again, also never really had voices, except for some parts in Breath of the Wild, which I think is what most people mean during the cutscenes. Which I can understand, but the voice acting in Breath of the Wild was kind of terrible. Plus, if the game was voiced, I couldn't read the lines in goofy voices like you're supposed to do. Like, take Giacomo here. This guy totally looks like Inspector Gadget, right? You've done a real number on us, party crashers. I'm Giacomo. At the deck, I go by DJ Vice. Call me whichever, it's a vibe either way. Yeah, so you beat him and then the base is gone. And then they have this sad flashback where you're supposed to feel sorry for them, but they're all losers. Except Mela, I love her and her giant boots. Look how she walks. Yeah, it's revealed pretty early on that Team Star was actually just team losers at the school until they joined together to fight back the bullies, and I guess they lived long enough to see themselves become the villain. And again, they all suck. This little kid here, I just wanted to punch and steal his lunch money. Again, they all suck except Mela, she's perfect. After each boss, you get a call from Jigsaw who gives you LP, which is an alternative to money, and some new TMs to craft, which, again, I never really used. And Penny, the girl you met in the beginning that was getting picked on by Team Star, delivers the stuff, and if you can't see the twist coming, you might be a little blind. Okay, enough of that one. We're gonna move on to the next quest line, which is the last quest line, not counting endgame stuff. Arvin and his dumb stupid quest is the getting herbs. You have to go to each of the 5 locations, each one being a different level, and when you arrive, you get a call from Arvin about the Titan nearby. Titans are just bigger versions of some Pokemon, with like one Pokemon being not just bigger, but a completely different form. And battling them is easy, honestly. You battle them once and then they run, and you have to go chase them, where they break a wall and then eat some herbs, which gives them power, and then you have to go fight them again. This time, Arvin helps you with a double battle. And this fucker keeps stealing my kills, how dare he! After that battle, he makes a sandwich with the herb. I hope he put other things on that besides the herb, or this is gonna be one terrible sandwich.
God, what a muppet.
Huh, it's kinda weird that I had to use Gordon Ramsay twice in a row, isn't it? Anyway, I just immediately gave it to Koraidon because I don't like Arvin, and I also don't think you really have a choice to not give him the sandwich because that's how he gets more powered up and gives you new abilities. Kind of like the HMs of the game. Get it? Herba Mystica, HM. Moving on. So Arvin has us collecting these herbs for something. Yeah, whatever, kid. No matter what, I think I still don't like you, and nothing's ever going to change that. No, don't make me care about this guy. Do not do that. Oh, look at this little guy. And that's basically it for Pokemon. Again, I wasn't really going to get the endgame stuff, but I wasn't going to talk about that in this review anyway. If you guys really want me to, when I beat this game, I'll do a follow-up review, endgame and all. Do I recommend this game? Absolutely! If you're a Pokemon fan, you probably already have this, but if you didn't yet, or if you're new to this franchise, this is a great game to start with. But just know what you're getting into. Again, there are tons of bugs and glitches with the game. And yeah, it didn't really ruin the experience. I had fun despite all the bugs. If you had to choose between Scarlet and Violet, maybe go with Scarlet. I did hear that it has the least amount of bugs, but take that with a grain of salt. And yeah, they are fixing it. I heard that there was a recent update, but that doesn't really excuse it coming out day one like this. Frame rate issues and graphical bugs should not be something a game from a company like Nintendo should have on release. Again, that's not to say you can't enjoy this game, because I did. Some things I really didn't care for were like the lack of customizations, and some choices didn't really make any sense. Like, I'm pretty sure in previous games I was able to sit down at chairs and benches and stuff, but you can't do that here. Why is that? Also, all the food items and stuff I didn't really use because I didn't really find a need to use them. And the lack of multiplayer immersion, like watching other people battle or even entering the buildings with them. I want to provide commentary while my brother fights the gym leaders in Pokemon battles like in the anime, damn it! And stuff like terraformations and food powers. I didn't even talk about sandwiches, and honestly, there's nothing to talk about. You pick one of the selections or make your own terrible creation. Like this sandwich I made here. Egg, 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 tortilla, bacon, 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 oh shit. Bacon, some ham, ham, and ham. And top it off with some bacon and bacon. Ah, shit, it's all falling apart. Quick, put the sandwich together and put the pick on it. Perfect! It's a masterpiece.
Wow, that is delicious. Finally, some good fucking food.
Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on this. It really helps me in the algorithm. And also subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when my next reviews come out. And comment down below on what you thought of the game. Maybe you thought it differently. Maybe you like some of the gym leaders more than I did. Or also comment what your starter Pokemon was. Was it Fuecoco or the wrong choices? I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, you guys take care.